Well, good morning, YouTube. Welcome back once again to Harley Day Rider. I am HDR, and this is the 2011 Harley Electra Glide, if you're new to the channel. And me and the old girl on our way to work this morning. You know, it's funny to me. Well, first, let's back up. First, have you been watching Mike Killey 7 and Sean Smoke? Now, both these gentlemen love motorcycles, and they get a long, I guess, an extended riding season. Especially Mike Killey 7. He gets a long riding season. He almost rides all year long. So they're both looking at the new Harley Davidsons with that 107 Milwaukee 8 engine, and you know, you read through the comments, somebody was saying on Mike Killey 7 that Sean Smoke is actually in negotiations, I guess, to buy one. I didn't see that from his video I watched this morning. Maybe he is, in fact. He is a motorcycle enthusiast. But he just bought that Street Glide, what, guys, a year ago? Well, who knows? Who knows? If you can do it, if I could do it, you know, maybe I would. Maybe I'd be out there buying a brand new bike. But we have about, I don't know, roughly a 6-month riding season here. Maybe sometimes you can extend that to 8. You know, there's a couple of months where it's just, if it starts snowing and the roads get really bad with that salt and stuff on there, then you're not going to be riding. So, but the missus tells me that the old girl here is, you know, it's definitely a good enough bike. She runs good. We got a lot of money in this bike already by putting accessories on it. So, you know, probably been keeping the old girl around here for a while. At least that's my thought right now, anyway. So, here's the funny thing this morning. Oh, by the way, let me back up a second again. Thanks for all the comments there saying, Jack, you should wear your, you know, if nothing else, HDR, put your rain pants on in the morning when it's cold. Well, it's 59 degrees this morning, but it's going to be 85 this afternoon. So 59 degrees. And I thought, well, I'm going to try it. So I pulled the pants, the rain pants. There's another one. I pulled the rain pants out of the saddlebag there and put them on this morning. My wife, I walked in, she started laughing. She's like, "Where's your pants? What the heck?" And she's seen the water pants. I said, "I'm going to try it." I said, my viewers said that, you know, there's a good possibility we'll cut down on the cold air. Well, you guys out there are amazing, helping us out to give us some tips and tricks also. Right now I'm doing 60 mile an hour, and you know, my legs are not freezing like they would be without them. So it is acting as a windbreaker. It's working, it's keeping the air off my legs. I still get those lowers there for my feet, because I'll give you a little, well, no, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't tell you that I'm not wearing boots right now. I'm actually wearing my, if you can see them there, I'm actually wearing my dress shoes to work. These are like dress sneakers almost, so they got really good tread on them. I had to go to a meeting one night, and I just left them on, and I rode out to the meeting and found that they worked pretty well. So yeah, I confessed, I don't have my boots on. You know, I guess I got lazy by carrying 2 pairs of shoes, so if it comes back to bite me in the butt, that's one thing, but normally I do wear my riding boots, ordinarily. That's why I bought them, and that's what I wear them for. So ordinarily I do have them on. Man, the bikes this morning. You know, yesterday morning it was 70 degrees. I didn't see any bikes on the way to work. Today, it's 59, and I've seen 4 bikes already on the way to work. I think because everybody realizes it's going to be 85 this afternoon when they're coming home, and they're going to be pretty darn happy with that weather. So I think that's why they're all riding to work this morning. I know that bump's there, and I hit it every morning. If you go back on the videos, when I'm editing the videos, I look and it's like, oh, every single morning. And I don't know if that even eases the pain or not when you hit that bump. when you do that little, but yeah, so yeah, thanks for the great comments there about the, about the wet gear. I knew it would act as a windbreaker, but I'm one of them lazy guys. I don't want to put my pants on in the morning, put my overpants on, because now when I get to work, I got to struggle to get them back off. But that's all right. If nothing else, it gives you practice wearing your wetsuit, right? So what else is going on here? I talked to you yesterday about going to work. I talked to you about being a very stressful day. It turned out to be okay. Told you about a couple new people there working for me, and they're doing a good job. They're doing a good job. They just can't get stressed out. You can't let the stress levels build. You just got to deal with each problem as it comes. What the heck was that? It looked like a bird, but then again, it looked like something running on the ground. So I don't know what the heck that was. So that's my story on that. Thanks for the great comments about me and Mrs. HDR taking that trip this weekend. And I almost got her talked in this morning to the 4-hour ride. I guess she's leaving it up to me wherever I get a hotel room as where she's going to ride to with me. But she's leaning more towards going to Erie. Erie for us is about a 2.5 hour ride. We stop at the rest stop so she can stretch out and move about a little bit. So that may be where we'll be heading. If you go back, there's a video on my videos called Roar on the Shore. And we did some riding around Presque Isle, and we did some riding around Erie there downtown. The one thing I can say, if we go to Erie, they do have a fantastic brewery up there with really good food. So hopefully they're open. I gotta check to see if they're open on Sundays, though. That's the only thing. We'll find out what's going on. Looks like my granddaughter's having a birthday party this weekend on Saturday. We were planning on doing the front deck, and my wife said, "Oh, we'll get it." So maybe my granddaughter actually saved me from staying the front deck. Now, do I not want to stay in the front deck? I'm not saying that. Am I lazy? I'm not saying that either. If I can go to Chuck E. Cheese for a birthday party, I would rather go to Chuck E. Cheese for a birthday party. Here's a good one. If you didn't know, this fog always lays there. There's got to be a pond or some water down in here somewhere, and I don't know where. It must be over that hillside there. I don't know exactly where that water is laying, but anyway, we see that every morning. Here's an interesting fact for you. If you haven't been to Chuck E. Cheese for a while, now I don't know if it's all of them, but ours here locally, and I would imagine it's probably all of them. Chuck E. Cheese for a while now has been serving beer. Now, it's been known to be a kid place. I mean, I can see, what's the other place there where you can play games and stuff more for adults? Brewster's? Bobby Brewster's or something like that. Brewster's, or I don't know. But I can see where they have beer because it's more of an adult venue. Hey, if you want to buy a fire truck right here. See? A fire truck is for sale. So if you're looking for a fire truck, send me a message. I'll give you the address out here. I'll find the address and send it to you. So yeah, but Chuck E. Cheese is more of a kid place, and that's what bothers me so much is the kid place, selling beer. We have a local amusement park here called Kennywood Park, and it was locally owned for decades, hundreds of decades. Well, they sold it to a group of folks from Spain, and the first thing they did, they decided to put in beer taps. So now they're selling beer too, alcoholic beverages. So you get all drunked up, get on a roller coaster, fall off, and then it's your fault, not the park's. Well, that's not a bad thing. But, I think when we go to the Harley dealers for any events, and I don't know how they do this, but they give you a wristband. They don't mark it or anything. First thing, they give you a wristband to prove when you come up that you are, they checked your ID, you are over 21. I thought at one time they said there was a limit of 3 or 4 12-ounce beers that you were allowed to have. There's the buses. Yep. Picking up the kids, getting them ready to go to school this morning. the first day of school for some. It's the second day of school for others. And the kids are raring and ready to go. Well, that's my babble for this morning. So let me know if any of your local venues around you, local parks, family attractions or something is selling alcoholic beverages. Not that I don't care. On a hot day, I like to have a beer. Yeah, you guys know that. We've been out riding, and I've stopped occasionally, every now and then, for to have one beer. I don't drink any more than that on the motorcycle. It's not too safe to do so. One last note before I go, and I think I got enough time to clear this up. So I go to pull my helmet out of my half helmet. Out of the saddlebag yesterday after work to go home, and it's a Harley helmet. So on the side of it, I better shift. On the side of it, there's these little emblems. They clip in. I thought one of the emblems was missing, and one of the screws was missing on the visor on top, and the visor just fell off. I don't remember that happening. And to get those emblems off, they're hard to twist off on your own. I don't know if that helmet was hanging on my handlebars and somebody came over and stole it. Yeah, it's quite possible. So I'm going to be a lot more careful with that in particular helmet, and lock it in the saddlebag whenever I go anywhere from now on. But yeah, that was kind of odd. It is kind of funny that the visor is held on by plastic screws. You guys know at a Harley dealership how much I paid for a Harley half helmet, and go look at them. They're not cheap. But they're made. I have to say, Harley, they're made cheaply. Who would put plastic screws to hold a visor in, on a helmet? So I think I'm going to put a little Sure-Lock on there. I didn't even bring it today. So on the way home, I'll be wearing my full face helmet. Even if it's 100 degrees, I guess I'll have to wear it and live with it. All right, folks. Take care. I'll talk to you next time. Remember, ride your own ride. Harley Day Rider is going to be down and out once again in southwestern Pennsylvania. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and don't forget to give it that thumbs up. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye for now.